what stood out most in this reading is that your success may not depend on learning a new skill, finding a new opportunity, or working harder. You already have the talent, the vision, and the ability to stand out. The real question is whether you are revealing too much too soon and unintentionally creating confusion around what you are trying to achieve. And once this is corrected, the potential for recognition becomes much stronger. Okay, Leo, let's start the reading. We are doing a weekly reading. The topic is career and finance, and we are covering the week commencing the 8th of June until the 14th of June. And we will have 6 cards in this spread. First and second cards are here. And we need only one more card. And the final card is here. Right. First card, Leo, is about your current position in finance and career. And what I can sense in here that you have quite good connection with others, which are helping in your career and finance. And you are depending on these connections quite firmly. And it kind of makes you feel a little bit unsecure. That's how it feels because you are depending on these connections and you are fully aware of that. And you are afraid if you would lose some of these connections or all of these connections, then you would be in trouble financially and career wise. The second card is outside pressure. And again, I have this feeling of this dependency that you feel that to get the right information, to be in the right position, to have the risk reduced in your career and finance, you are depending on other people. You see this whole situation from the other way, how it is actually. So it has a kind of twisted feeling that you feel pressured by those who you think, those connections who you think you are depending on, that you have to prove yourself that you are worth for that connection. Um, so you feel that pressure coming from outside, but it's all twisted. It feels that it comes from yourself because you think your dependence is the one pressuring you to do things in a way where you think others want you to do things rather than you feel that this is the way how you should do it. So that's how it feels. The next card is about hidden strength. Your hidden strength is that you can focus on whatever you are working on without having the surrounding interfering with you. That's a really valuable strength, Leo, that you can actually separate yourself for any surrounding disturbance and just purely focus on what you are decided to focus on, work wise and financial wise. So that's really good. And this is what you have to put a pressure on to show others about your strength. So the next card is about what to protect. And what this card's energy tells me is it comes to me that sharing information regarding your project, regarding your work, and that's what you need to protect. You have even if you are working on one project, you have multiple options because when you are focusing on your work, you can kind of see different paths, how it would work out, how what would be the outcome, which way would be the most um, sufficient, and that is the way how you deal with your work, how you do with your finance, and that's um, what you need to protect to share this information. You only share the final um, decision when you are ready. So, because how it feels that if you share the steps with others, it can create confusion or misunderstanding. That's how it feels. So you don't share the steps that the different paths you already lined up, that possible outcome. It could be this if I do that, it could be that if I do that, and so on. Because it can create kind of a chaos because people might take it like as your final decision or as the final outcome of the work itself. And it's not, it's just this is how you work through, this is the method you are using to work through to find a final outcome. And that's what you need to do to share less information in this case. And then the next card is about recognition potential. And what I can sense in here is, so this card comes with this one. And the balancing figure in here, what represents to me is that depending on what you are sharing information wise, you can go either way. So that's the suggestion from the card, that you keep the steps to get to the final outcome, so you can stay in balance and you get the recognition according to your work, and not because you confused or you made people misunderstand by giving them extra information about the work, about the project, about whatever you are doing. It feels more like it's related to your work environment, though not actual like finance or money. It's more like you um, stepping up in your work, or showing your talent in your workplace. So that's the recognition potential. If you keep everything simple, uh, the information as well, and you only share the final um, outcome and the final steps uh, regarding your work with the relevant people, then the potential recognition is high for you and for your talent. And the result is it will give you a new way to look at things in your finance and career. It feels like you are going to mature in your position, in your situation, and you will have a kind of deeper understanding and a different approach moving forward in your life. So that's kind of it's a growth. It's a personality growth in it, and it's on the professional level. It's not. It's also personal growth, but it the effect will be more coming out on your professional life. So that's the result of these steps if you go through with them. So it was your reading, Leo, for finance and career for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope I see you in my next reading. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.